What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 133, and we start today's episode off with a game against Swansea here in the Barclays Premier League. And of course, after just beating Millwall, we came into this game in Wales with our confidence sky high, and of course we're doing our best to keep on getting the 3 points, getting the wins in consecutive games. And of course, we haven't lost so far in the league yet, so we've been doing very, very well to remain unbeaten, and we want to keep that going for as long as possible. I don't think we're going to have back-to-back undefeated seasons in the league in Career Mode, but that would be a hell of an achievement, wouldn't it? But especially at two different clubs. But even so, the longer we can keep ourselves unbeaten, the happier I'm going to be. We take on Swansea for today's episode. Of course, Michael Laudrup still managing them in the game, but of course right now Gary Monk will take on his side, and the first chance will come in the 13th minute here as Swansea give the ball away. Connor Wickham gets onto it and plays it through to Brian Carrasco. Carrasco goes clear here, really good chance, but the chip shot goes over the bar. So he was desperate to score against his former club in the previous game, but he almost opened the scoring there, but the score is still 0-0. And in the 33rd minute, Wickham gets onto the ball here and finds Nelson Oliveira. Really good chance, he roulettes past one, then fake shots past another, plays the ball through to Connor Wickham. Really good chance here, he swings in across, there's the Portuguese striker, but he heads the ball wide. So that would have been a lovely finish there by the striker, but it was still 0-0. But not much happened after that until the hour mark when Connor Wickham goes down the right hand side here. Really good piece of pace by the striker. Plays the ball through to Nelson Oliveira. He takes a tumble and the referee gives a free kick, and it is just outside the area. And when that happened, I sort of like dropped my controller and threw my arms in here. I was like, ref, that's got to be a red card, as Nelson Oliveira is clearly going one-on-one, but he only books Kyle Bartley. And I was very, very angry about that, because yes, it probably is a booking really, but at the time I thought it was going to be a red card, as I thought he was the last man. And even at that time I thought it was a penalty as well, because Nelson Oliveira fell into the box really. But it was a free kick and it was just a booking, so we didn't get two slices of luck there. We did have a good chance on the edge of the area here, and it was a really good chance for us to take it. Didn't really know who to give it to, because we don't have too many amazing free kick takers in this side, but even so we got some good ones. And I thought I'd let Eric Lamela have a go here, as Lamela takes it eventually, here we go. Eric Lamela takes it here, and I tried to catch the goalkeeper out, but unfortunately I couldn't keep the shot down and it went harmlessly over the bar. So that was a really good opportunity, and in a game full of there was a game with barely any chances. That was a real good one for us, but I'm just shocking at free kicks, and it showed there. Really wasted chance, and the game did finish 0-0, so very disappointed not to get a win, let alone score. And yeah, it's not the best of it. It's not bad, but it's not the best either. I think we probably should have won the game. We had some good chances, but I guess I'm trying this season to look at as many positives as possible, and I guess I've got to say we kept a clean sheet and we didn't lose. So let's look on the bright side, and let's look at the optimistic side of things, and say it was better than losing, and there you go. But after that, Ivory Coast came in for us and said, will you manage our nation? And we said no, so we're still going to stall the France one and wait until we get a better national team coming for us. Otherwise we'll take France. And we also said that Sturridge said he's okay to play in the next game, which is against Young Boys here in the Europa League final group stage game. And as you can see, we have automatically qualified for the knockout stages with a game to spare, but we can still finish in second place. So if we win this game, however, we do finish top of the table, but if we fail to win, there's a good chance we could finish in second place. We take on Young Boys here, and they were the first. I actually think they were the first side to beat us since managing Spurs. I might be wrong about that, but I think they were the first side to beat us this year. So we take on Young Boys, and I have to be wary of that. But as I said, I did fancy our chances, and that's why we rested the vast majority of players. Sturridge would get onto the bench, but I didn't want to play him straight away. So we took on Young Boys here as Braga faced Stromzog Godzet, or how you pronounce that, in the final game. So there were still scores to be settled, of course, because we could still finish in second or first. But I still felt very confident about our chances. The first chance would fall in the 53rd minute though. It was a very boring game, to be honest, and we play out from the back here as Friars gives it to Pritchard. He rolls it through to John Joe Anderson. Lovely ball over the top towards Koulibaly. Sees him get past his man with the fake shot. He runs clear and strikes it, but it's a good save by the goalkeeper, and it is still 0-0. And from the corner, it's eventually crossed into the box by John Joe Anderson. Anderson swings it in towards the head of Danny Welbeck. It goes up in the air. Fries then collects it for us, gives it to Alex Pritchard, but his shot goes harmlessly wide. And would you believe that that was basically the only passage of play in this game that was worth showing? It was an unbelievably boring game. I would probably say it's the worst game I played on FIFA in my entire life in terms of highlights. Nothing really happened. Unfortunately, that was basically the only thing I could find to show you guys. For the whole game, the ball kind of just got stuck in the middle middle of the park, and the game did finish at 0-0. So I was very, very frustrated that we finished that game at 0-0. And as you can see, I was even more frustrated because as we went back into the Europa League group sort of tournament, not tournament tree, the table showing, we finished in second. We finished behind Braga. So yeah, that's kind of annoying, really. We finished in second. We finished level on points with Braga, but they have a better goal difference than us, and that is what sees them finish first. I actually thought it was head-to-head record that finished would determine who finishes higher in the Europa League. I'm probably wrong, but I thought it was head-to-head record. Maybe I'm wrong. I probably am, so there you go. But it doesn't matter anyway, because that's how the game sees it, and we finish in second place. So we unfortunately finished second of our group, and that does mean we'll face a Champions League, a side who got knocked out of the Champions League in the round of 32, which is kind of frustrating, really, but there's nothing we can do about it now. We'll just have to prepare ourselves for that. But we take on Manchester United here at White Hart Lane in the league, and as you can see, we're sitting in second, United are sitting in third. There's only 2 points between us, so yeah, it's a very, very big game, really. Both of these sides, we're both looking to try and win the game and show that we can be title contenders, not just settle for a place in the top 4. And United also featuring Christian Eriksen as well, so one of the former Spurs players here. The first chance would actually fall in the second minute as Sturridge gets tackled by De Gea, and the follow-up shot by Carrasco is blocked and put out for a corner. So we collect a corner very early on. Carrasco swings the ball into the centre, and it is Fabian Schär who wins the header and makes it Spurs 1, United 0. So he is looking every bit worth of the money we spent for him in the summer. Fantastic header by Schär. He's got 97 headering accuracy, so you know when he wins the header, he's going to put it on target. Really good finish by Fabian Schär. And funny enough, United were decided wanted to sign Fabian Schär before we hijacked the deal. So it was funny to see Schär score against them, really, in a very crucial game at the top. So Schär gets the goal, and it was bitterly sweet for us, and it's 1-0. In the 21st minute, a good chance for United to hit back, though. It's Christian Eriksen who strikes the ball, but hits the ball just wide of the post. So Eriksen, of course, the former Spurs man, almost making it 1-1 here. But in the 25th minute, another corner for us was crossed in, this time towards Steven Corker, but his header was comfortably dealt with by the Spanish goalkeeper De Gea. So still 1-0. And a few minutes after that, Zayabla gets on the ball and rolls it through to Eriksen. Another good chance for the Danish playmaker, but this time he is denied by Hugo Lloris. So really, really good save by Lloris. Again, I'm not really convinced by Lloris, to be honest. I'll probably look for a new goalkeeper in the summer transfer window next year, but even so, he's not that bad, and he does make some good saves every now and then. So good stop by Lloris, and it's still 1-0. From the corner, it's crossed in towards Chris Smalling. It's headed away, and it ends up coming to Lewis Holtby here. And we go on a break. Holtby gives the ball to Daniel Sturridge. We're waiting for the runners. Eventually, Nelson Oliveira gets onto the ball and rolls it through to Ross Barkley. Barkley pokes it through towards Daniel Sturridge. Sturridge goes down the left-hand side here, gets past Rakovski here, ends up playing it backwards towards Barkley. There's a big element of luck, but I don't really care. Barkley ends up winning the ball and puts it into the bottom corner. So Barkley makes it 2-0 to us here with 32 minutes played. And yeah, United were sinking without a trace as things stood, because really they should have took those chances with Eriksen. No wonder the camera pans to him, and they didn't. And because of that, we managed to take our chances and make it 2-0. In the 34th minute, another good chance for United. The shot came in, was well saved by Lloris, and it was still 2-0. And in the 65th minute, United give the ball away here. It comes to Carrasco, who finds Lewis Holtby. One full ball out wide towards Fernando. Fernando fakes shots past one before giving it towards Brian Carrasco. Carrasco goes down the right hand side, swings in across towards Nelson Oliveira, but his header is well saved by De Gea. So it's 2-0 here. A very action-packed game, unlike the previous two you've seen in today's episode, but a very good chance to seal the game in the 87th minute would fall to us. Nelson Oliveira gets down the left-hand side here. He reverse step overs around Chris Smalling, and he ends up finessing the ball into the bottom corner. So the game was complete with 88 minutes on the clock. Nelson Oliveira seals it. It's Spurs 3, Manchester United 0, and this is a huge signal of intent, because we have showed United, we have showed Chelsea, we've showed every single team in the top half of the table that we're not just going to be here to settle for a top 4 place. We want to win this title and challenge for it come the end of the season. So camera pans to Christian Eriksen, no wonder, and we win the game by 3-0. You just have to think, you know, when the game was 1-0, Eriksen had 2 golden opportunities, and had he took them, of course United would have took the lead in this game, and the game could have finished completely differently. But instead, we get a win by 3-0, and it's a massive, massive win for us. After that, we saw that Egypt came in for us, and of course we said no to that deal. As things stand, we are probably going to take the French deal, but we're still waiting to see whether we could get a better offer before the French deal runs out. But after that, we take on Southampton. So we've had 4 games in today's episode, so hopefully you're getting your time's worth here. We take on Southampton here at St Mary's, and after the back of that fantastic 3-0 win over Manchester United, I was feeling very, very confident. We did make some changes for this game because it was being played in midweek, so With that in mind, a couple of the bench players will get a chance to prove themselves away at St Mary's, but even so, I was feeling very confident, even without a couple of first team regulars missing, that we would be able to get the lead, get the win, and sort of continue to show Chelsea we can keep pace with them for the entire season. Of course, we need to win this game to stay 1 point, to keep the gap at just 1 point between the two teams, but even so, I was feeling confident we could do that against Mauricio Pochettino's men, and the first chance would fall in the 20th minute here, as Ross Barkley gets on the ball and pokes it through towards Fernando. Fernando then plays the ball through to Lewis Holtby. Holtby gets past his man quite luckily, but he gives it to Fernando, and I tell you what, this finish was really easy, because I just drilled the ball to the far post, and I gotta say, the goalkeeper, I have no idea how he didn't save that, because it wasn't the most powerful of strikes, it wasn't the most accurate, it was on target obviously, but it was a really routine save, or it should have been really, across the goalkeeper's body, and I'm so surprised he didn't get down quick enough, but I don't really care. It was Southampton 0, Spurs 1, and it was a rare goal for Fernando, who I think got his first goal with the club there, so 1-0 to us. In the 35th minute though, Lloris had to make a good save to keep the score at 1-0, so good stop by our French goalkeeper, and in the 46th minute, a good chance for us to make it 2-0. We get the ball through to Daniel Sturridge here. Sturridge goes through one-on-one, a heel-to-heel flicks, tries to get around the goalkeeper, the shot is saved, eventually it comes to Barkley, and his shot goes over the bar, so still 1-0 here, but we were threatening so much, and it surely was going to be only a matter of time before we did score that second goal. And in the 50th minute here, we get the ball to Nelson Oliveira, gets past his man, lovely piece of agility here, goes down the left hand side, ends up getting past him, crosses the ball to the far post, headed away, only as far as Ross Barkley, and his bicycle kick is well saved by the goalkeeper and cleared away, so still 1-0, but we were threatening so much, and we really did seem like we were going to score a second goal eventually, and in the 78th minute, another great chance for us. Sturridge gets on the ball, but his shot goes just wide the post, so it was really weird how Sturridge was onside there and had so much space. I don't know what happened to the Southampton centre-back partnership, but even so, Sturridge was clear, and maybe I should have took an extra touch there, but even so, the shot just went wide. But it was still 1-0 to Spurs, and to be honest, for the whole game, Southampton did nothing other than just pass the ball around, and basically make no strides whatsoever, and really, we should have sewn the game up enough times. We had so many chances, but we just couldn't score the second goal, but it wouldn't matter, we would win the game by 1-0, that's the main thing, and as I said, it was a typical AI on Legendary game. They just pass the ball around, make no forward runs, and we just collect an easy win really, but the game does finish 1-0, and it's another good 3 points for us. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the video, please leave likes, it's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.
With the final score 1-0. I leave you with the